Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report, and today's show, Johnathan Abram replacements. It breaks my heart that the Raiders are going to have to put Johnathan Abram on IR. So here's the thing. Who are some potential free agent safeties the Raiders could go out and potentially sign to replace Johnathan Abram? Now here's the thing. You're not going to replace Johnathan Abram. Dude, drafted him in the first round, a leader on this defense already after 1 year, and a fan favorite. So these 8 players that I'm going to give you, they're not going to replace Johnathan Abram. You're just going to try to help fill that void. Number 8 on our list, Juston Burris, 2016 4th-round pick by the New York Jets. He has played cornerback and safety in the NFL, so maybe gives us a little bit of versatility there. But he spent the end of last year with the Browns, was waived during roster cuts this year. Juston Burris also worked out with the Raiders today. Let's go to Kentrell Brice now, number 7 on my list. He started 14 games for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers from 2016 to 2018. And he just really hasn't quite been the same since a 2017 ankle injury. But he did spend this preseason with the Buccaneers, but was, however, released. Kentrell Brice, number 7 on my list. Let's talk about another player that the Raiders worked out today, number 6, Brian Body Calhoun. Yes, this is a real person. Started 22 games for the Cleveland Browns from 2016 to 2018. Also played safety and nickel corner. Gives a little bit of that versatility. Like a really poor man's Lamarcus Joyner. Tom, much appreciated for that awesome bullet point. So Brian Body Calhoun is a player that the Raiders worked out today. Started 22 games for the Cleveland Browns. Also played safety, a poor man's Lamarcus Joyner. But let's get into the top 5, because these are the top 5 players that I think are a little bit more realistic. Johnathan Abram replacements. TJ Green is a player to consider, okay? He is currently on the practice squad for the New Orleans Saints. So just like the Raiders went out and got Keelan Doss, maybe you go out and get TJ Green, steal him from the Saints. Selected in the 2nd round of the 2016 draft. The funny thing about TJ Green, I know y'all love Jalen Ramsey, okay? I know y'all love Jalen Ramsey. TJ Green was compared to Jalen Ramsey during the draft. So, again, another shout out to Tom for finding this amazing tweet for me from Matt Miller. If you like Jalen Ramsey, why don't you like TJ Green? Same player. I'm not going to knock on wood if you're with me, Matt Miller. But here's the thing. Southeast Area Scout said to Matt Miller this morning, well, back in 2016. So if you like Jalen Ramsey, you like TJ Green. Hopefully you guys like that tweet as well. Now here's the thing. If you guys want some free Raiders tickets, type free in the comments section, okay? You want free Raiders tickets to games. So I gave away a Monday Night Football ticket to one lucky fan who subscribes here to the Raiders Report. He was able to go, chill, watch the Raiders kick some butt up against the Broncos. So if you want free Raiders tickets, I want you to type free. But here's the thing. We didn't get to 25,000 subscribers. And because we didn't get to 25,000 subscribers, I'm not allowed to give out tickets until we do. So I want everyone to subscribe to the Oakland Raiders Report. Click that big red button below. Currently, we are at 23,925 subscribers. So once we get to 25,000 subscribers, I'll be allowed to give away some more Raiders tickets. So in the meantime, we're going to be giving out some Raiders flags, 5 of them. Make sure you watch the Raiders Rumors video to go get that Raiders flag. But, let's be real. We want to give away Raiders tickets. So get us to 25,000 subscribers, and then we're going to give away more Raiders tickets. All right, next player I'm going to talk about as I'm losing my voice, TJ McDonald. 6 years of NFL experience, cut by the Dolphins this year, but he is a big physical dude who likes the big hit. Also, TJ McDonald was another player that worked out for the Raiders on Thursday. The funny thing about TJ McDonald to me, I saw some people commenting on Twitter like, oh no, not TJ McDonald. He at least has some sort of experience, and at 6'2", 215 pounds, if you guys like Johnathan Abram's ability to lay the wood, TJ McDonald, if there is one thing he can do, it's he can hit pretty hard. And I mean, the guy had 3 interceptions last year. He had 86 tackles. Sure, you get cut by the Miami Dolphins, and a lot of people wonder whether or not you're good or not. But TJ McDonald, to me, is only number 4 on my list, all right? So there's no need to panic. So what I want you guys to do is type your votes in if the Raiders should sign a safety. Are you comfortable with our safeties that we already have, like Curtis Riley, Eric Harris? Or do you think that the Raiders need to go out and add a little bit more depth? So, if you think the Raiders should sign a safety, if you're watching this video on YouTube, if you're watching this video on Facebook, what I want you to do is type Y for yes or type N for no. If you're going to type your Y for yes, go above and beyond. Tell me what safety you want the Raiders to sign. Now, today's show is brought to you by our good friends over at BetDSI. If you love Raiders football, if you love free money, well, guess what? You're going to love our sponsor, BetDSI. Go to chatsports.com/bet. The Raiders are underdogs to the Chiefs. That doesn't surprise me. But the Raiders are 7-point underdogs, a whole touchdown underdog to the Chiefs. And if you think the Raiders are going to beat the Chiefs, go to BetDSI right now. Chatsports.com/bet. And when you go there, use my promo code Raiders120 for 120% deposit bonus. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to be very, very upset if I check and I see BetDSI and nobody put money on the Raiders. It'd be pretty sad. Go put your money where your mouth is. Raiders going to get that win this week against the Chiefs. Believe it? Like this video. Let's get in now to the top 3 Johnathan Abram replacements. Again, let me say this. I don't think you can just replace Johnathan Abram. But again, if you can fill the void, maybe these top 3 players can help do that. Marcus Gilchrist played with the Raiders in 2018. Oakland, though, they did release him this offseason. He did have 3 interceptions, which was tied with Gareon Conely for most on the team. Marcus Gilchrist, to me, is an okay player. Like, he's not all that great, but he can at least help. And the other thing, he at least knows this defense. Well, he at least spent 1 year with this defense. And in last season with the Oakland Raiders, 0 forced fumbles, 3 interceptions, 6 pass breakups, and 58 tackles. It was very, very unfortunate for Johnathan Abram, but if you need a player who you can literally bring off the street, who should know your defense, I would hope Marcus Gilchrist, after spending an entire year with the Raiders underneath Paul Guenther, would know the Raiders defense. So Marcus Gilchrist is in my top 3. Raider Nation, as we get ready for another Raiders game this weekend, I want to hit you with my 5 Raiders game day essentials. Number 1, you better have your Raiders gear ready to rock, or else you're going to get called out at those tailgates. Number 2, you need a dope Raiders chain. Number 3, you need some beer. An entire 6-pack would do you some good. Number 4, you need your iPhone. You need to be able to get around while you're there. And then number 5, the MyTVCHOICE app. The best app out there, I'm telling you right now. And here's the thing. Here's the MyTVCHOICE coverage this week. The Bucs at the Panthers, Thursday Night Football. Patriots at the Dolphins. Cowboys at the Redskins. But here's the thing. There's no Raiders games. None whatsoever. So Raider Nation, I need you to show up and let's make sure that MyTVCHOICE starts covering some Raiders games. Get rid of commercials forever and instead get some awesome content from Chat Sports. And here's the thing, nice little cherry on top. I'm giving away 5 Raiders flags like you see on screen. And if you want to enter for a chance to win, you need to download the MyTVCHOICE app, chatsports.com/Mitch. And once you download the MyTVCHOICE app, email me a screenshot to Raiders@chatsports.com because, again, I'm giving away 5 Raider Nation flags. There is a clear-cut 2 players that the Raiders should go out and get. Number 2, and I'm sure a lot of you probably thought that Eric Berry was going to be number 1. Ha! You're wrong. Now, he is the biggest name amongst all safeties in free agency. There's no doubt about that. And when healthy, I think he's one of the best players in the entire league. Not just one of the best safeties, but one of the best players in the entire league. Eric Berry knows the Chiefs, he knows the Chargers, he knows the Broncos. That alone is very, very interesting and why the Raiders should go out and sign Eric Berry. And if you watched our NFL draft show yesterday, NFL Daily, Tom Downey and I, Tom listed Eric Berry as the most likely to go, or top fit for Eric Berry, being the Oakland Raiders. And if you watched my rumor show, I gave it 2 Chucky heads. The only issue with Berry is in 2018, 2017, he played in only 3 games. The only way that I would want the Raiders to go out and get Eric Berry is if they give him a 1-year prove-it deal with a lot of incentives in his contract. Because if Eric Berry plays, if you told me right now Eric Berry is going to play 12 games this year, I'd say go out and sign him in a heartbeat. But the Achilles really, really scares me. And at this point, we can't go out and get another player if he can't play. And the fact that Eric Berry hasn't been signed yet is alarming to me that Achilles is not fully healthy. But if we would add Eric Berry, I think it would help us up against the Chiefs. Because again, if there's one player who I think knows the Chiefs inside and out, it's probably Eric Berry. So the Chiefs right now are 7-point favorites. Kind of makes me a little bit sick. But they did play very well against the Jags in week 1. here's the thing. This game is in Oakland. I was in Oakland this past weekend, and I've been to a lot of stadiums. That place was freaking rocking. And if we can rattle Patrick Mahomes, we can rattle a Chiefs team that will not have Tyreek Hill, I think this game is going to be a lot closer than what you think. And if you think the Raiders are going to win this game, go put your money where your mouth is over on BetDSI, okay? NFL Week 2, Raiders versus the Chiefs. I want you to predict the score. Can you predict the score? Comment it below. Comment the score below. If you think the Raiders are going to beat the Chiefs, let me know who you think is going to win. Raiders or the Chiefs. Predict the score. Correct answer, you're going to get some money from me on Venmo. Here's the way that you're going to do it, though. You also have to DM me on Instagram your Week 2 score. Raiders versus the Chiefs. My Instagram is below, at Mitchell Renz 365. If you're like, Mitch, I don't have Instagram, well, luckily, we also have my Twitter up there as well. I want you to DM me the score prediction for Raiders versus the Chiefs. If you are correct, the first person to DM me on Instagram or on Twitter, you will get $25 from me. So we're giving you money via Venmo. We're also going to give you some free money with BetDSI. So if you think the Raiders are going to beat the Chiefs, go bet on BetDSI already. Chatsports.com/bet. The promo code is Raiders120 for 120% deposit bonus. BetDSI is the internet's #1 sportsbook. So if you want to bet on Raiders football games, if you want to bet on who's going to win the MVP, if you want to bet on Josh Jacobs winning Rookie of the Year, which I've already put $10 down on BetDSI to do that, that one actually seems like a very, very easy bet. And if you put down $10, you're going to get $90. Go to BetDSI, chatsports.com/bet. #1 player on my list is George Iloka. Why? Because he played 6 seasons and had 76 starts under Paul Guenther when they were together, the Cincinnati Bengals. And I know straight up that Paul Guenther loves himself some George Iloka. Plus, the Raiders showed a ton of interest in George Iloka in 2018. If there is one player that I am very, very confident in stepping in literally tomorrow, knowing this defense, it's George Iloka. We've seen Paul Guenther last year go after some veterans that he knew very well with the Bengals. Do not be surprised if the workouts that the Raiders had today do not go well. If you hear some rumors or if you hear some knocking, knock on wood if you're with me, that George Iloka could potentially come over to this Raiders team. Because I'm telling you right now, he would fit, in my opinion, a lot better than Eric Berry. So, here's the question. I already gave you my answer, so I want you to type I if you think George Iloka is a better fit, or if you think Eric Berry is type B. Now, this show, we are the most interactive Raiders channel on YouTube and on Facebook. So you see that button below? Like us on Facebook. Just Win Baby Raiders. Or you can type in Oakland Raiders by Chat Sports. Like us on Facebook. And make sure you guys subscribe at youtube.com/Raiders Report because we want to know who's the better fit for the Raiders, Eric Berry or George Iloka. So here are some possible Johnathan Abram replacements. And like I said at the start of the show, you can't really replace Johnathan Abram because he brought so much to this team. But maybe some of these players can at least help fill the void. You have Justin Burris, Kentrell Bryce. My favorite name, don't know if he's even a real person at this point, Brian Body Calhoun, TJ Green. Well, let's get into the top 4. TJ McDonald, Marcus Gilchrist, who played with the Raiders last year, Eric Berry, who is by far, I would say, the biggest name amongst NFL free agent safeties, and the last player for the Johnathan Abram replacements, don't be surprised, this is my favorite, is George Iloka.
Raider Nation, what's going on? Is this the #1 Raiders channel on YouTube? For Chucky Heads, believe it, baby. And if you haven't already, subscribe right here. I'm giving you Chucky Heads, news, rumors, Raider Nation rumors. And look at this, I'm making your life easier. Check out my next video. Thanks for watching, and go Raiders.